Greetings and welcome to Floral Creek, Chiang Mai. We are in Thailand and we're going to do a little Qigong today. And Monique asked for a particular move, and one of my favorites is where you lean over and you pull your hands up and then you push with your pelvis forward as the hands come down to your side. Bending the elbows, wrists relaxed. Inhale greatly as you bring the hands up. Elbows are straight, wrists are slightly flexed as the hands float down. Sinking into the knees, just leaning over just a little bit as you grab energy from in front of you and gently pull it down into your waist. Do one more, inhale. Then one of Monique's favorites is where you sink into one foot and push off with the other. And your hands are facing each other. The hands are equidistant from each other. And you're gently pulling your hands back and forth across your body. So one hand's right at the waist, the other hand's a little farther down. You bring the hands up and grab the energy that's around you. And slowly pull your hands back down. And come up as high as you can reach if you want. You finish by bringing your hands back to your sides. Monique and I feel very blessed to be in this lusciously exquisite place.
We'll take you over with us to the chairs and we can talk about the different parts. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you got to do some Qigong with Peter, and later on we'll put those two videos together. But we're coming to you live from Chiang Mai in Thailand, and you can see the beautiful behind us. There's a waterfall right here. There's gardens everywhere. It's really, really an amazing property. And so our commitment to you, our viewers, and to ourselves is to start talking about everyday Tantra practices. Because Tantra, people are asking all the time, how do I do Tantra? How do I do Tantra? Why do I go to festivals? I just want to be able to find community and establish family and keep remembering how to live life on my own terms. And the sustainable answer is that you continuously find the practices and passions and prioritize the aspects of your life that you want to do more of, or that you're wanting to change or shift, so that those things are in your awareness and your spotlight on the things that might not be serving you anymore. So we were talking a lot today. We've been doing a lot around touch here in Chiang Mai. And one of my greatest teachers around touch is Betty Martin. And she does a whole series of classes on the will of consent and on learning how to really ask for what you want. So I love you so much, Betty Martin. Thank you. Check out bettymartin.org for more of her work. But one of the deep aspects that Cuddle Party and Betty Martin's work has taught me is how deep it is to actually begin to start trusting what it is that you want, the type of touch that you want. And Betty Martin has a 3-minute game where you get to really start practicing the different types of touch. So in that game, then you ask 2 different questions. How would you like to touch me? And how would you... What's the other question, honey?
No, the first question is, how would you like to be touched for 3 minutes? The second question is, how would you like to touch me for 3 minutes?
Yeah. Because I get so excited. But the aspect is really learning how to touch for your own pleasure and really diving someone else into asking for what type of touch that they want. And
so you said that when you took that class years ago, you really enjoyed it, you got a lot out of it, but you said it didn't really resonate with you. But when you watched her YouTube video this morning, you said it really, like you really got it in a deeper level. So could you explain that?
No, it always resonated with me, but I just didn't understand it so deeply because for me, I was still trying to do. I was always about the doing, I was always about the giving, and so there's these underlying aspects now that I really see how Betty's broken down in her work and how you can start practicing every day and really starting to trust what it is that you want. Because I know for myself personally, I spent so much of my life trying to find the win-win around touch, around everything in life. Like I feel good inside by giving to someone and giving them pleasure or finding how they're happy. And yet there were all these deeper aspects that I was holding back what I really wanted. And so the is actually trusting. And so here's the key points, is that you start imagining in your head, how do you want to be touched? Or if you could touch someone purely for your own pleasure, how do you want to touch them? With your fingertips, your nose, your lips, your cheeks? And it starts changing something in your brain so that you really start trusting your own intuition. You start listening to your body. And so for me, then I love sex. Ah, here we go. It's working now. Peter. All right, here we go. We're back. Had to go find a better connection place so you can hopefully still see the beauty back there. So we're talking about really getting in touch with what it is that you want and being able to ask for that 100% ask. And people talk about it all the time. I talk about it in cuddle parties, and we start giving you these live laboratories in both cuddle and play parties and pujas, and to start imagining what type of touch that you want and having practice asking for it. But I think it goes way behind the scenes there in every day starting to wake up, or in every situation, whether you're with a lover, whether you're with yourself, whether you're with your family, of really creating the space of what is it that you want and giving yourself permission to start imagining it, feeling it in your body, valuing it, getting in touch with that connection inside of you, and then asking for it. Because for me personally, I had so much shame. Like the sex was there, and the idea, and like wanting to connect with a partner, and so just the idea that a partner would say yes and have sex with me, and I could go down on them, and I could have these experiences, was so exciting for me. Because there was this depth of, wow, sex was a taboo, and it was not okay to go there, and yet there was all these feelings inside of me. And then as I started refining it, both with having a consistent lover in my life, but also having this deep sense of my own worth and starting to fall in love with myself, there's started been these spaces of where the shame comes up of like, wow, I just want you to go down on me, or I really just want you to touch my yoni for the next half hour, like, and not do anything. I don't want to have sex. I don't care if your penis gets hard. Like, are you willing to dive into those places with me so that I can really just start learning how to receive and start asking for what I want? And then there's other days I'm like, wow, I actually don't want to be touched. Like, I feel full. I don't even want sex, but I'd love to go down on you, or I'd love to put coconut oil or feathers on you. And like it started expanding these places so that not only is my imagination working on what is it that I want, how do I want to touch someone, or how do I want to be touched, but I started having more value on how I want to receive and how open I am to be able to accept that. And that's what started resonating more deeply with Betty Martin's work, is that I finally am getting in touch with those pieces that I heard her talk about, but to me it was still this foreign language. Like, it sounded awesome, and I'm like, oh yeah, great, let's start. I'm gonna do a butt-to-butt massage, and I get to start touching for my pleasure. But my brain was so hardwired to get in touch and like watch other people's expressions, and if they were liking what I was doing, and my empath abilities were at full force. And so like I always prided myself on, hey, you know, if you let me lick you, then your body's going to tell me exactly what you want. And I still have those abilities, but now the greater gift that I found is, can I turn all of that off and just be present, so that I'm not trying to seduce anyone, I'm not trying to get a reaction from the person or people that I'm with. I'm actually just making myself more available right now in this moment. How do I want to touch? How do I want to touch for my pleasure? Or how do I want this person in front of me to touch me for my pleasure? Or how am I offering to touch them for their pleasure? And it's creating those spaces of being ultra clear as to who's touching whom for their pleasure. So what do you want to say about touch, honey? You're very good at asking for what you want.
Well, yeah, but I also like touching without any agenda. I feel like when there's no agenda in the touching, there's this magical space to co-create magic, where you don't know what will happen.
There's a magical space to co-create magic?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a little redundant, but but it's basically when you don't know what's going to happen, there's an excitement there. There is an increased passion for me for wanting to explore. So I try to let go of the intentions and the agendas of like, oh, something has to happen. This has to happen. It's like, no, let's just start touching and see where it leads. And if we want to get sexual, great. If we don't, let's just stay in touching and massage. So yeah, that's what I like to, that's how I like to explore touch.
And so Peter likes to create this container of spontaneity where him and the other person or people are like, hey, here's my outer limit boundaries. Here's where I'd like to start. And then within there, let's go ahead and explore. And I enjoy those spaces too. It's just a lot, it's not as freeing for me to be able to actually have the feedback in that moment of what do I want right now, and to have a partner that's able to just sit and relax and slow down with me so that we can figure out what each of us want. And it's even more fun